Hey class, it's Selby and this is my future in school psychology. Growing up, my calling was to be a rock star, but I started college off as an economics major. I did not realize what I was getting myself into. I've always wanted to help others, but for a long time, I didn't know how. Growing up, I saw the impact mental health professionals had, but I wasn't sure if I wanted to follow my family's footsteps. All I knew is that I wanted to work with children in a meaningful way. Due to my mom being a clinical child psychologist, grandma being a clinical psychologist, and grandfather a forensic psychologist, I've always put pressure on myself to follow my family's footsteps and get my doctor's degree and have a private practice. However, my time spent at Rollins has taught me to just do what makes me happy. Thanks to the developmental psychology course with Dr. Davidson, not only did I fall in love with working with children, but I also was able to secure a job as a work study at the CDC. The only thing I knew for certain at that point about my future is that I would be working with children. I then later on took Dr. Lechner's psychopathology course. During that course, I was surprised to discover that my favorite topic was assessments and testing. Growing up with Tourette syndrome and ADHD, school was difficult. Me and school did not get along. But thanks to school psychologists, I found ways to succeed. I struggled with focus, organization, and feeling different from my peers. Their support made school a much more positive experience for me. Now, I want to be that person for other kids. School psychologists support students academically, socially, and emotionally. They help children who struggle, just like I once did. These professionals assess learning and behavioral concerns, implement interventions, and create plans to help students succeed. Unlike school counselors, they focus on mental health and learning disabilities, providing direct services to students who need them most. School psychologists assess students, develop individualized education plans, called IEPs, and collaborate with teachers and parents to create supportive environments. They use standardized testing and behavioral observations to understand students' needs. Once they identify challenges, they work with teachers to create accommodations, ensuring every student gets the support they need to thrive academically and emotionally. They also work on school-wide initiatives like bullying prevention, mental health awareness, and crisis intervention. They conduct workshops for teachers and students, promoting a more inclusive school climate. When emergencies arise, like a student experiencing a crisis, school psychologists step in to provide immediate support, ensuring students get the resources they need. So, onto the money. The median salary for school psychologists in 2023 was $84,940, with entry-level positions requiring an EDS degree. While salaries vary by state and district, the demand for school psychologists is growing, making it a stable and fulfilling career. The EDS takes about 3 years after a bachelor's degree, including coursework, practicum, and a year-long supervised internship. The topics you cover in this degree are listed on this page. I really think school psychology is the perfect fit for me because the courses include special education, mental health, crisis preparedness, and assessment, just everything in one. Florida requires passing the Praxis 2 school psychology exam and state certification. Each state has different licensing requirements, but Florida provides strong resources for aspiring school psychologists. Understanding these requirements early honestly helps streamline the path to becoming certified and employed. Okay, I love my family, but after graduation, I'm moving away somewhere random. I plan on taking a gap year and becoming an RBT, a registered behavior technician, because I've done that before in an academic internship, and RBTs learn a lot of the same skills that you need to become a school psychologist. This experience will strengthen my graduate school applications and prepare me for working with students who need behavioral support. I'll gain first-hand experience with data collection, intervention implementation, and collaboration with educators and families. These are all key skills for a school psychologist. In an interview with Isabella Espino, a school psychology graduate student, I learned that organization and meeting deadlines are crucial in this field. She emphasized that school psychologists juggle multiple responsibilities like testing, counseling, and collaborating with teachers and parents. So strong time management is essential because without it, students' needs could go unmet, and I am not organized. So I also plan on working on my organization in my gap year. Isabella also told me that many people think school psychology is a very stagnant job, but I learned that that's not true. They don't just work in schools and do testing. On this page is a list of all the different places they can work, and I thought this was really surprising. Isabella reminded me that this is someone's kid, this is someone's future, and missing deadlines can have a direct impact on a child's education and well-being. A delayed assessment could mean a student doesn't get the accommodations they need, affecting their academic success. This responsibility is something I take very seriously, and I'm actively working to improve my time management skills. She also advised me to be a sponge and to say yes to every learning opportunity. I plan to take this advice into my graduate program, whether it's shadowing professionals, attending workshops, or taking extra courses. I want to absorb as much as possible. The more I learn, the better I can serve my future students. Again, my experiences at the CDC and psychology courses solidified my desire to work with children. Seeing how young minds develop and how early intervention can make a difference inspired me. I realized that supporting students at a young age could change the trajectory of their educational experiences just as it did for me. Without school psychologists, my education would have been much harder. I want to be that support system for other children, and I know firsthand how vital these professionals are, and I want to give back in the same way that my school psychologists helped me. Looking ahead, I know I'm going to face challenges, but my experiences and passion for this work make me confident in my choice. Not to mention that I like to talk a lot and I connect really well with kids, so I'm feeling really good about that. And working with children comes with unique difficulties, from behavioral challenges to navigating complex school systems, but I'm ready to take on this meaningful work. I am committed to learning, growing, and advocating for students. I want to ensure that no child feels left behind. I believe that education should be equitable, and school psychologists play a crucial role in making that happen. Every child deserves access to the resources they need to succeed. I hope to provide the same support I once received, helping students overcome obstacles and reach their full potential.